So as many of you may know, I got bit by the Hot Toys bug. I'm not going all in on Hot Toys, but I'm not afraid to buy one here and there anymore. And my next Hot Toys is the Mandalorian, Din Djarin in his Beskar armor with the child. I decided to get the standard release because I wasn't really too worried about having another version of the child in the pram, and the upcharge was just a little too much for me to not justify it. So I just got the standard one. Still an amazing figure. I absolutely love this thing. I pretty much have no issues. There's a couple little things I have to address, but nothing too big. But let's just talk about the box real quick. I don't think I'm going to open it up today for you, but I just like showing the boxes because they always look gorgeous. It's just so nice though. I like the wraparound they've got. It's a nice presentation. I really do like the wraparounds they do. So yeah, this is the Mandalorian as he pretty much appeared at the end of Season 1. The differences between the Season 1 and the Season 2 outfit are pretty minute. It's pretty much just down to like the thigh armor and like knee armor and a little bit. But honestly, man, I'm not too worried about it. So, this is the Mandalorian himself. He comes with a lot of accessories. Let's get into that immediately. So, he has a lot of interchangeable pieces. Let's start with that. So, I immediately had to give him the shoulder pad with the mud horn, because you do also get the shoulder pad without the mud horn, so you can have that appearance. So you do have that interchangeable piece, which I really appreciate. And you can already see, look at that detail, man, that's insane. Absolutely insane. Another interchangeable piece is up here on his helmet. You can see he's got this piece that can come off, and you can replace it with one with a little light on it, which, there goes his jetpack. We'll have to talk about that. He pretty much has the same issues Cody, where the jetpack is easy to knock out. But yeah, he's got the little floodlight. That's really cool. I really like that interchangeable piece. So other interchangeable parts. Oh, he has his little whistling bird. He doesn't come with the effect part on the standard release, which is fine. I honestly wasn't too impressed with the effect part. But you can interchange that for the whistling birds to be deployed. So that's a nice little accessory there. Then what else does he have interchangeable? I guess his hands. You have fisted hands, which you can see how he has the hand guards on him, which I really like. He has the right trigger finger hand in now, but he also has a right knife holding hand, because he does come with his little knife. He has a left more open palm hand to hold his rifle with two hands. And he also has a right open palm hand, which is nice. And he also does have a left trigger finger hand too, which I really appreciate. It's really nice he came with that too. So yeah, that's pretty much it for alternate hands. Accessories that are on his body. He's holding his pistol, which looks so good. I love his pistol, so that's why I'm displaying him with it, because it really looks like a Western pistol. His jetpack, of course, which is really sweet looking. It just attaches with a magnet. You can see it's kind of like a felt pad on the back, so it just kind of attaches back there. It holds, but I'm worried that maybe someday the magnet's going to wear out or something. But the jetpack does have effect parts of its own. Let's get this out of the way. It's got flames, which is really cool. So you get those flames in there. Get it on his back, and then boom, he's flying, which is really sweet. I absolutely love that. He looks so good flying, by the way. I'll probably display him flying. And other accessories he has on him. All these little things are individual, which is really sweet. He also has this little, I think it's like a detonator, right? That one is removable, which is good. He's got his holster. He doesn't really have a designated spot for it, but I just slide it in the back, his little knife, which is really nice looking. I love the look of that knife. And then, geez, what else has he got? That's pretty much it for interchangeable stuff. He also comes with a little slab of Beskar, which is cool. Has the Imperial logo on it. Looks nice. It's nice to have a little Beskar piece. Kind of surprised it wasn't metal, but hey, it's all good. He has the tracking fob, which isn't super relevant to Beskar Mando, but hey, it's cool he comes with it. I think it's a really cool accessory. What else? He has this, which is his grapnel launcher, which you can just plug into his arm. I don't want to do it because it seems a little fragile and I'm afraid to break him, but it just plugs into his arm. And then You also have his flame effect, which is really sweet. So you can see how his flame goes in. And then that just, oh my gosh. That looks, that's sweet. I might display him with the flame too. I don't know if he'd ever use it holding the gun as well, but that's, oh wow. That is sweet. It looks really good too. I love how the color fades. And I really like how it kind of slides under, but how it still meets with the actual flame, the flamethrower. So that's really nice. And then other accessories. Talked about the tracking fob. Comes with alternate pegs for his hands, of course, which is always nice to have. He's got little, like, pieces in there. I'm honestly not exactly sure what those are for. Those little knobs. I really can't tell you exactly what those are for. And he's got extra little buttons, I guess. I looked around him. I couldn't even see what those were for. Because I didn't open the manual. Someone's going to be like, this is the worst review ever. I'm sorry. He also does have his rifle, which looks so gorgeous. His rifle is so gorgeous. I love his rifle. Look at the coloring at the end there. And you can remove the scope and have him hold it like a telescope too, which is really sweet. And I'm going to have this on his back for the rest of the video because I love how it looks on his back. So he's got this really nice, almost like velvety cape. You can get off to the side. That clamp right there is magnetized, but you can honestly go without even detaching it. Just slide the rifle on, and then you take this, and you get that around his shoulder, tap it into his strap, and there you go. That looks so great. I love that. Honestly, with Hot Toys figures, you really feel a difference between like the fully armored ones and then the ones with cloth. This guy's like the best of both worlds because he's armored, but his armor's kind of scarce. He's not like fully armored like a clone or stormtrooper. But then, of course, he's got to come with a display base. He just comes with a standard kind of desert Hot Toys figure base, which is whatever. It's not bad. It says the Mandalorian right there, which is cool. And he has the dynamic flight pole. So it can actually move, and you can move this up and down. It does come with a screw and a bolt to have it screwed in really tight, but honestly, it's tight enough. The figure is not very heavy. I don't feel the need to actually insert that at all. So yeah, it just kind of clamps around him. I do have to tell you though, with the rifle or the jetpack on his back, you can't really have it around his waist. I normally have it around his leg or around the side. That's usually how I do it. But it is what it is. But of course, we have not talked about the most important accessory yet. Your child. You get the baby. You get Grogu. And honestly, he looks really great. I love the paint on his eyes. He's got his little teeth. He is permanently stuck in this pose besides his head. You can move his head pretty much here, there, and everywhere. But he is stuck in this arm pose, which I don't mind. He can either be reaching out with the Force, putting his hand on his daddy, or holding his little accessory, which I need to talk about because I almost lost. He's got the necklace with a little mythosaur skull on it. And I almost lost this before the review. It ended up on my floor. Don't ask me how, but it did. Right by my computer desk where I keep this guy. So you do have to pop his head off. You do have to decapitate the baby to put the necklace on him. But I usually put the necklace on like this. The string is really finite. Why did I say finite? It's really fine. It's a very fine little string. So it wants to twist itself up all the time. That's actually why I took it off to begin with, because it had twisted itself up while it was on his neck. Because see, it just kind of, sometimes it can like get pinched up into the ball joint. But there we go. It's staying on it. It's staying on him. Because I don't want to lose it again. I was really disappointed. I've already had a bad day. I don't want to lose this little accessory to the super expensive figure. But you can kind of hold it too, which is really cute. You can kind of get him sort of holding it. It's just so adorable. He is such a cute little figure. Honestly, they did such a great job replicating his adorable little features. Why are you not See, that's why I took it off, because it kept wanting to flip. But yeah, that is so cute. And he can hold him too. Mando can like hold the baby, and he looks really nice doing it. So that's pretty much it with his accessories. I do have to speak on one of my biggest issues though, and that is with his pistol. Whoop. So his pistol goes into his holster, but the holster wasn't made. What came off? What just came off? Oh, this thing. That thing. Be careful with that. If you absolutely don't want to lose it while you're posing him around, you might just want to take it off, period, because that thing, it just kind of wedges in there. But yeah, I kind of wish I wasn't magnetized, because it can easily just come unclasped and the rifle comes out. But anyways, the holster is just too small for the gun. It's just ever slightly too small, especially with that little piece at the end, and you're going to see why. So you get that out, you feed it in, and you're already seeing where I'm kind of facing some issues. I feel like they should have made this a sculpted piece. I appreciate that it was made out of materials, but the materials are going to get damaged, because mine has already been damaged down here with that extra piece of the gun. It just made a little bit of damage right at the bottom. You see that? And you can see it's pulling at the fabric, because it's like it had nowhere to go, and it has to go in all of the way so you can get the clasp down. That was not my fault whatsoever. I think that's just poor design. But it's such a minor little piece of damage, I can't even be bothered to really care. But then you can get it back in. There you go. He's got it holstered. I'll have to clean up all the little fabric materials that came out, because you can see how it's all going everywhere. Because, man, I don't know what they're thinking with that. That's just such a poor design. It really is unfortunate that they... yeah, I'll have to cut that off later. Yeah, it's just really unfortunate they didn't think to just make it a little bit bigger, or maybe just make it a sculpted material instead of actual material, because that's just... It's just going to mess him up. So, anyways, that's pretty much it with all the accessories, because you got to talk about accessories for so long with these freaking things. I need to discuss the figure now. The helmet is perfect. The helmet is absolutely perfect. The Beskar looks amazing. The visor looks amazing. Like, he looks stunning all around. Like, he is such a stunning looking figure. You can see he's got all the materials going up in the neck. And he's just got so many different layers of cloth. I love it. He's got his armor. It's like 2 layers right there, which is really nice. All those little pieces are individual too on that strap. His belt looks really good. Looks like an actual little clasp right there. He's just so gorgeous. His back armor too looks really nice. I love his cape. I love, love, love his cape. A lot of it's just kind of a basic flight suit, but he's still got a little armor of Beskar. I really love that. Dude, that's so awful. That's so awful looking. That should cut off pretty easily, though. It's such a shame, man. I don't know what they were thinking with that. But you can see his his original piece there, where they just like spilled a little bit of the extra Beskar on it, which I think is kind of cool. It's pretty realistic, too. It's like, we've got like an ounce of Beskar left. Let's just pour it on your old armor. You can see his leg strap. I don't think these are individual pieces on his legs. They almost look like they are, because that one's sticking up a little higher, but I don't think so. You can see his boots. He's really cool looking, man. He's really, really cool looking. I love him. So, articulation is pretty great. Not perfect, because it's a Hot Toys, but it's pretty great. So, he's got all the ball joints he would need on the head. He can move in every direction with his head. There is absolutely no concern or worry whatsoever with that. His shoulders move up pretty far. I've had some worry with moving them forward, because they're kind of on a ratchet, and I feel resistance here, but then it just kind of clicks more forward. So I'd say they go up about 90 degrees, and you can see at that point where the fabric is, the fabric's reaching its limit right about there, so don't move it beyond that. His elbows bend about 90 degrees, which is nice and good. bicep swivel. He's got the standard Hot Toys wrist pegs. His waist is kind of limited just because of the nature of the costume. Let's take his rifle off just for the sake of it not being in our way. His costume is this, you know, all the armor and everything. It's going to limit the waist articulation to the point where I would just say don't really worry about it too much. His legs can move forward pretty good. I'd say it's pretty good. They can move out pretty good too. Honestly, they can move out way further than I ever really anticipated. He's got like very clicky knees. They're very kind of clicky. They've got these little soft ratchets in them. He also squeaks just a little bit. Then he's got thigh swivels. Then he's just got the standard Hot Toys ball joints at the foot. So overall, man, really awesome figure. I gotta look at that seam. I was worried I was like totally tearing it. Oh, he also has butterfly joints too. Oh yeah, that seems fine. That's just how it looks. Yeah, he does have butterfly joints too at the shoulders, I forgot to mention. So that's also good to use. So yeah, super articulated, super posable, super fun figure, super detailed of Din Djarin himself. This is one of my favorite figures in my collection. I just gotta say, he's one of my favorites. I genuinely love The Mandalorian as a show, as a character, and I needed a hot toy of him because The Mandalorian is the best thing that's happened to Star Wars probably since Revenge of the Sith, in my opinion. Or honestly, I don't know, man. The Mandalorian is some of the best Star Wars content ever of all time. It's simply amazing. You can kind of get him. Come on, Grogu. Just, there we go. Just for the final pose. Yeah, The Mandalorian is by far some of the best content from Star Wars of all time. It is an absolutely remarkable show. And this figure just is a great celebration of that remarkable show. I absolutely love this thing. I cannot recommend it enough if it seems like something you want. If Hot Toys are in your price range, if you want to get a Hot Toys, get the Mandalorian. Seriously. He does have that issue with the holster, which is unfortunate, and it's unfortunate that that's like my first damage I've ever done to a Hot Toys, but it wasn't really my fault. It's so minor looking. I'll never notice it. I'm fine. It doesn't really bug me one bit. It's just kind of unfortunate. It's something to note in the review. Alrighty, guys. So there we go. Hope you guys enjoyed. He also stains perfectly fine on his own. I haven't used the base even once in this video. So that'll show you he stains fine. But I'll probably have him flying on the base when he's in his final display pose. Alright, guys. There we go. There's Din Djarin. There's the Beskar Mandalorian. The standard release, not the deluxe release. Alrighty, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.